What's up? Semen retention. So many men are sexually frustrated and emasculated, keeping a man weak. Those, I think, a lot of guys nowadays in this generation, you know, and you can just look it up and stuff. Even though I think I try to stay more in real life and get out of like, oh, the studies say this and the studies say that. You know, try to stay out of looking at stuff like that. But you start to see like, it's more single guys, and I even look at myself and I look at how relatable I am to the average guy. And and if we go off that, it's so many guys that's in my same position. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say I'm in a terrible position, because I definitely still have stuff to be grateful for, but I have to kind of get better with just myself. And I wanted to just kind of uh say that, it's a lot of guys, they they'll be lonely and stuff, man, and they'll want a girlfriend, and they'll want all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they'll be sexually frustrated, and they'll go through things where they only had bad experiences with girls, or they only had experiences where girls was mean to them or rejected them. Now, me being a guy, I've had girls reject me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I've never really felt bad about a girl. I mean, let me not say that now. I felt bad about a girl rejecting me, but it's never been to a place where it's like I let it be stuck on me, because just like I've had girls reject me, I've had girls like me, I've had girls wanting to talk to me. So I think I'm in a good spot, because I know that I've had good experiences with girls liking me and stuff. It was always just a me problem. And so a lot of times guys can get thrown in a cycle where they'll get so sexually frustrated, they'll end up quitting out on dating. They'll just be like, well, I don't want to date no more. I don't want to talk to girls no more. You know what I'm saying? I just want to stay away from that. That's why I feel like I got to get to a point where I got to start approaching girls more. Even if the girl reject me, even if, all this shit, I mean, let me not cuss, but all this stuff happened. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to get to a point where I'm out there and I'm just being more active with, my sexuality. Like, I'm actually going out there and talking to more girls or whatever. And I'm not looking at it from, oh, let me go out and have more sex. But if you like girls, if you're sexually attracted to girls or whatever, then that's who you need to be trying to date. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're trying to become successful, even when you're trying to become, you know what I'm saying, the best version of yourself. Because a lot of guys, they'll see semen retention, and they think, oh, you know what I'm saying, that's the go ahead and just, you know what I'm saying, be alone forever. No, semen retention should help you find the person you really want to be with. And it's more based around intentions and stuff, and the reason why you actually there, and finding people, I guess, like of substance, where, you know what I'm saying, it's not just carnal and just sex. And that's what I think semen retention is gonna help guys get away from. It's gonna help guys get away from being lonely all the time. It's gonna help guys get away from always not liking people and being antisocial. It's gonna get guys to be more social, to be more around a community of people. It's gonna get guys to be more active about their dating life. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get guys, you know, it's gonna give them that boost to go out there and be somebody in life and work harder and try to do something with your life. That's what semen retention is supposed to do. And then have, a very strong relationship with God. So I think that's the thing I take from it. Because I believe it's so many men out there, they'll have a bad experience. They'll keep having bad experiences with girls, and they'll just give up. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be kind of broken down, because they'll see that nobody really cares. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I understand that, I understand nobody don't care if I have a bad experience with a girl. Nobody don't care. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if you a man, if you got problems or whatever, fix the problems, control what you can control, and go about your day. You know what I'm saying? And we should get to a point where we got to be self sufficient without a girl. You know what I'm saying? And actually controlling ourselves sexually, with a girl not being around. We gotta enjoy our lives. That's another thing too. So many men be just addicted to, oh, I gotta have a girlfriend. I gotta be around a girl. No. Semen retention is supposed to put you in a place where you can be happy alone, but at the same time, you can communicate and interact with people and have a good time with people. You know what I'm saying? So it's supposed to make everything feel better in the aspect. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end all be all. You still gotta work hard. You still, it's still stuff you gotta actually take the steps in to get better at, right? But it's just gonna be a better foundation for everything that you do. It's gonna feel better. You can have a better time doing stuff. And I look at a lot of stuff that I do. You know, and I honestly believe if I was on a bigger streak on semen retention or whatever, I would enjoy doing the small things a lot more. You know, and so that's just a big thing, my guy. Like, people don't understand how powerful sexual energy is, and it could literally make or break a man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it can make a man not feel like a man. And so it's just very important to control yourself sexually, because at the end of the day, man, you can't get caught up on just because you had a bad experience with a girl. You can't get caught up on that, because there's so many girls out in the world or whatever, man. And the guys who are active, the guys who are doing something about their life, those the guys that's gonna get more girls. Those the guys gonna have better relationships, because they got out there, they was active, they was actively trying to talk to girls, they was actively trying to date. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times that's what it comes down to. A lot of guys will be like, well, you need more money, you need more status, and you need more fame, and you need all this stuff. Like, at the end of the day, man, if you know how to talk to a girl and you will go out and approach a girl, and I'm not saying you can't be attractive. I'm not saying that being attractive doesn't matter. Yeah, you should want to be attractive. You should want to make money. You should want to have a lot of stuff, but don't do it. Let that be a byproduct. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't do all that just solely so you can get more girls. Do that for you. But at the end of the day, to me, I think the guys who go out there and try to talk to girls more, those the guys that get more girls. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's my problem. Like, I barely try to talk to girls. I've always waited until a girl try to come up to me, and I feel like that's a big reason why I haven't had a lot of experiences with girls, because I just simply wouldn't go out and put myself out there. I was waiting for a girl to come up to me, and as a man, we don't need to do that. We need to. I'm not saying it's bad for a girl to show interest in you first, but what I am saying, as a man, you know what I'm saying, you got to be a little bit more active in life. You can't be passive and waiting for stuff to come to you. You got to actually go out there and try to get stuff. Even if you're not going to get it, you just got to go out there and put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? And I think when a man becomes sexually frustrated and emasculated, he becomes super passive, and he never does anything no more. He never tries no more. And that's the one thing that I've been neglecting. I've been neglecting just trying to talk to girls, just trying, because in college, that's the only time where I was cold approaching girls, like, consistently. Even though I didn't cold approach a whole bunch of girls, I cold approached like five or six girls within a span of some like 4 or 5 months, which is not a lot. I know it's not a lot at all. That's not a lot at all. But that was a lot for me, and that's the most I had ever did at one time. And so, I gotta get back into that. That's why it's important for me, because I do live with my parents right now or whatever. And I work, you know, but that's why sometimes I feel like eventually I know I'm gonna have to get my own place, get my own apartment. You know what I'm saying? Really be out on my own and just go out and work on stuff that I've had problems with when I was younger. So I need to go out there and learn how to talk to girls better, learn how to socialize with people better, learn how to communicate better. You know what I'm saying? Be independent. And I'm not gonna be independent for the sake of being independent. I want to be independent, like, just so I can work on myself and become a better person. You know what I'm saying? And also, I know my parents gonna be able to take care of me the rest of my life. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's how I see it, you know. And I don't let a bad experiences shape my whole view of every other experience I'm gonna have, like, or just my shape of the world. You know, it's girls that don't pick on me and was mean to me, but guess what? I know it's still nice girls out there. I know there's still girls out there that's gonna like me. You know what I'm saying? There's still girls out there that's gonna be nice to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's also girls out there that's gonna be mean to me. So you just gotta understand that it's different people in this world, and some people gonna be nice to you, some people gonna be mean to you. You can't say you can't say all women are evil or whatever, because all women not evil. Just like it's a lot of bad men out there, but all men ain't bad. You know. So I don't just let a handful of experiences or one experiences make you think that the world is one way. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, one thing I do kind of that it might sound hypocritical with what I just said, or might go against what I just said, but uh, I think when it comes to dating, a man and a woman have the same nature. Like a man has a nature and a woman has a nature. Doesn't mean that every man is the same is exactly alike, but we have the same nature. You know, and then vice versa, same thing with a girl. You know, that's the only thing I think that is gonna always stay consistent and be the same across all people. You know what I'm saying? We all got the same. Each each gender has its own nature, so they operate the same way most of the time when it comes to kind of dating. Like how you can say most men like feminine women and most women like masculine men. You know, that's a nature thing. You know, so that's what I believe about that. You know, and that's pretty much all I got to say, man. Peace out.